Carson Petroleum. The employees at Carson Petroleum wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday. Health Guard, the better HMO, the better value. And now we join your host for the parade, TV7's own Brenda Dainhart and Wheeling Area Chamber of Commerce President Dick Kennedy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Fantasy and Lights Parade. It is a perfect evening for this parade, Dick.
Absolutely. You know, tonight it's got to be probably 75 or 80,000 people, Brenda. It's going to be the largest crowd probably to ever see a parade in Wheeling, West Virginia.
I don't know how we got so lucky. I remember in years past it either was raining or it was very cold. You name it, and we got it.
Absolutely, and I think the combination of the great weather and some of the attractions is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, we were saying this is the largest crowd yet, but it's going to be the best parade. As you said, the special attractions are just outstanding this year. We have Stephanie Tanner, of course, Jodie Sweetin, who plays on the CBS comedy Full House. And we also have the WVU Marching Band. And you were telling me you don't think they perform in too many parades.
No, we understand that the band has only maybe been in like the governor's inaugural parade and that kind of stuff. And they, after a number of years we've been inviting them, they agreed certainly to be here this year.
That makes this parade very special indeed. They call them the pride of West Virginia. And tonight people will be thrilled to see this band. I've seen them before and they are marvelous. But you know, the whole point of all of this is the people that come to see the parade. They enjoy it year after year and they make it special. And let's hear from some of the people in the crowd tonight.
Well, we just enjoy coming down to Wheeling. This is our second year to be down here. And we just like the area, the pretty scenery, and we enjoy all the lights that come through on the parade.
Because it's nice.
It's nice. What's nice about it?
West Virginia is playing the band.
Oh, they have the big bands here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what's special in the parade for you?
That Stephanie Tanner's going to be here.
Yes, we come every year. My daughter's in it this year. She's a cheerleader at Wheeling Middle School.
And you're from Wheeling then?
From Bethlehem, yes.
Might as well get the name in there.
Sure, why not?
What's your name?
Gary Knowlton. Yeah.
Good to have you here, Gary.
Great to be.
Just about every year.
What's special in it for you?
Just watching the bands. I've been in the band all 4 years of my high school. I've been in the parade. Just like to watch them.
Everything.
Anything extra special out there?
No, just everything.
Everything. So where are you from?
Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, how'd you get down in Wheeling?
We came down on the Wolf's bus line.
Good to have you here. First time?
Yes, first time.
And what do you think? Good, bad, indifferent, or what?
Wonderful. It's wonderful.
My mother's parade coordinator, so...
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
You come every year.
So, yes, I've been helping the last few days. Get to sit back and watch it fall in place now.
And it looks like it's doing just that.
Oh, it's gone smoothly so far. The weather's cooperating.
So what do you like about the parade?
Santa Claus.
We now go to John Dominic, who is also anxious to see this year's parade because of the special attractions in this lineup.
Thanks, Brenda. This year we have two special guests in the parade, Jodie Sweetin from Full House as the Grand Marshal and the West Virginia University Marching Band. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at what they do best.
Some folks think cable cars capture the real flavor of San Francisco, but for me, it's a great taste of sourdough bread. The secret behind that Hardee's Frisco burger everyone's raving about.
And now there's a new way to enjoy that great sourdough taste. Hardee's Frisco Club. Delicious turkey, tender ham, Swiss cheese, tomatoes, and sizzling bacon on grilled sourdough bread. The new Hardee's Frisco Club and Hardee's Frisco burger.
The real flavor of San Francisco without having to catch a cable car.
Are you ready for some real food? Hardee's.
You know, I believe we've reached a time when what's really good isn't really complicated. I believe quality is very simple. Keep it clean, keep it easy, pure and simple. Good quality is pure and simple, and that's the most important thing to me.
Carson Petroleum, your local Citgo distributor for over 50 years.
America loves the 4th of July, the red, white, and blue flying high. America loves fresh strawberry pie, and America loves its big boys. America loves a famous name, heroes in sports and the Hall of Fame. America loves to eat after the game, and America loves its big boy. A trip to the lake, pictures we take, special friends and hot fudge cake. A night on the town, a table for two, class reunion and checkered pants too. America
Big Boy Restaurants.
We are really proud and honored to have the West Virginia University Band here leading the Fantasy and Lights Parade this year. Let's take a look at the Honor Band in action.
Well, you can see what they do on the field, and they do it great. And they'll be coming down Main Street in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Jodie Sweetin, better known as Stephanie Tanner from the hit TV comedy series Full House. The Fantasy and Lights Parade is about to begin, so stay tuned to WTRF TV.
When your company gives you a chance to choose your health coverage, pay attention. Don't just sign up at the same old HMO. They could start deducting money from your paycheck. If you go with HealthGuard, your family will have better value with pretty much the same doctors as the old plan. So don't make a mistake that'll cost you. Read the small print. Then, make the smart choice. Choose HealthGuard, the better value, the better HMO.
Some folks think cable cars capture the real flavor of San Francisco. But for me, it's a great taste of sourdough bread. The secret behind that Hardee's Frisco burger everyone's raving about.
And now there's a new way to enjoy that great sourdough taste. Hardee's Frisco Club. Delicious turkey, tender ham, Swiss cheese, tomatoes, and sizzling bacon on grilled sourdough bread. The new Hardee's Frisco Club and Hardee's Frisco Burger.
The real flavor of San Francisco without having to catch a cable car.
Are you ready for some real food?
Party. To all our employees, their families, and the entire Ohio Valley, have a joyous holiday season and a happy and prosperous new year from Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel Corporation.
You're about to see graphic scenes from Big Boy that may not be suitable for all viewers.
The Big Boy Pie Collection, starting with our famous strawberry, all baked fresh right in our restaurant. Irresistible prices. Rich new French silk. Take a pie home for the holidays. Tempting new Heath Bar Crunch.
If you are experiencing dizziness or shortness of breath, report to Big Boy immediately.
Now bring home a pumpkin pie from Big Boy for just $3.99.
We are back and ready for the startup of the parade. I know a lot of people can hear it in the background. You can hear the police sirens, and what we will be seeing shortly is the Festival of Lights banner. I know I'm extremely excited.
Me too, Brenda, because I tell you what, tonight, you can just hear the band coming to start with, the West University Band. And that in itself is going to be a tremendous effect.
It is. We were sitting here, and you can hear them playing from almost 2 blocks away or more.
That's correct.
So we will be starting here in just a few minutes, and as we said, the crowd is just bigger than ever. We can see now the police. Yeah, we can see the police there just starting down the street, waving to people. The police units, and then, of course, followed by the festival banner, our traditional start.
Of course, Big Boy Restaurants, the primary sponsor for the second straight year for the Fantasy and Lights Parade. Right behind the Big Boy banner, of course, is the Color Guard, the combined veterans from various Wheeling area organizations, represented by American Legion Post Number 1, the very first post in the United States, American Legion Post 89, the VFW Post 4442, the Marine Corps League, James Wolin O'Brien Detachment 771, and the Vietnam Vets Post 1.
And, of course, they're followed by the pride of West Virginia, the West Virginia University Band. They are 300 members strong. Don Wilcox is their director, and they were formed 100 years ago. They've been in so many bowls, Dick, and they are so talented. The Fiesta Bowl, of course, the national championship.
And I believe that was the Mountaineer and his musket in downtown Wheeling.
That got the crowd really excited. We want to take a a listen in just a few minutes as soon as they start playing, because they are so strong and so loud and so talented, as I said.
And you know, Brenda, they came in here with 8 buses this evening. And what an entourage that was coming into Wheeling from Morgantown.
Yes, it was. Kroger is responsible for bringing them in. They're their sponsor, and we certainly appreciate that.
Right, Jerry Williams and all the great people at Kroger's been very supportive of the City of Lights for a number of years.
You told me something that I found very interesting. They were originally an ROTC band.
That's correct. In fact, they're about 100 years old, and they started as an ROTC unit, and they were an all-male unit until 1972.
I know that you and I have both been to the Mountaineer Field and listened to them. So now let's take a listen now and hear the Pride of West Virginia. Certainly drew a great response from the crowd.
Dynamite, a dynamite collegiate band, and playing the state's theme song, Country Roads.
That was great. Now we're seeing the color guard within the band, and they are talented as well.
And of course, coming behind that is always the lead float every year, and that's our Wheeling Area Chambers float, the Fantasy and Light float. It has over 10,000 lights on it this year, Brenda. And on the float is a replica of a downtown Wheeling street scene.
I like that.
And of course on it, you know who? Waffle.
Waffle.
The mascot of the Festival Lights. We're not sure what Waffle is. It's a bear, a chipmunk. It can be anything it wants tonight, I think.
I don't think we've ever determined that, have we?
No,
what
we haven't. No,
Waffle
we
is.
have not. No.
That might be something to look into.
That's
here.
right.
So pretty. Now we're looking at the Tony Zekas Performing Arts Center. And I think they always follow the lead float, too. The Zekas dancers through the years have participated in almost all the major parades, and of course all the ones here in Wheeling.
Tony Zekas spent a week in Wildwood, New Jersey earlier this summer during the Miss New Jersey pageant.
They are good dancers. And coming up now, we have the Elbys Big Boy Float. Big Boy Restaurants, of course, is the official sponsor of the Fantasy and Lights Parade again this year, as we mentioned. This is an old-fashioned Christmas. It's 32 feet long and has singers David Callahan and Aaron Huffman riding along with, of course, Big Boy himself. You can see him waving to the crowd. Big Boy is very active in the community, and the Big Boy Classic, of course, which has developed into a world-class racing event.
Every Memorial Day weekend. Bryson, a very big supporter.
Okay, that's our Honorable Jack Liphart, the mayor for the city of Wheeling. You know, he was the first elected mayor in 60 years, just in November.
That's right. Of course, Jack is in a vehicle supplied by Straub Honda here in Wheeling.
We want to congratulate all of the winners in this November election. We were talking earlier about these people are almost 10 deep watching this parade. I just can't believe, looking up and down the street, how many people there are. I'll be really interested to see the official number.
It has to be the record crowd, because always Main Street is the less crowded of the two streets, and this year this has to be a record.
And the weather, no doubt, is the reason why.
It's absolutely beautiful. Coming up behind the mayor, of course, is from Bridgeport, Ohio, it's the Ohio Valley Dance Academy. They've been in business now for 26 years. Their students range from age 7 to 19, and they have won several awards at the Dance Masters of Ohio competitions. In fact, this weekend they have 20 young ladies participating in that contest.
I like their outfits.
You know, the dancing school, we have 11 in it this year. All of them have really added so much to this parade year in and year out with lights and beautiful costumes. You know, as you look up the street, too, Brenda, you can see the beautiful snowflakes. You know, there's 400 of these snowflakes throughout the city of Wheeling. They're 8 feet in diameter, and they weigh 112 pounds each.
They make the streets so beautiful. I look forward to it every Christmas season. I really do. Next up, we have the Ohio Valley Jaycees float. This is Christmas in America, lending a helping hand. This is Jaycees' first year in the parade. I don't know if you knew that, but it is, and they purchased a float kit from Display Company in Minneapolis. It consists of approximately 400 lights. It took 50 hours and close to 20 people to produce this float. They did a real nice job. The Ohio Valley Jaycees Christmas in America.
Of course, the float was constructed by JC volunteers and their membership. And there is the Beast.
The Beast. Is that as in the Beauty and the Beast?
I'm not sure. It's kind of an ugly character, I think, don't you think?
I think you're correct in saying that, yes. This is the Bob Evans float, titled Bob Evans Country Christmas. That makes me hungry.
That's right.
There are close to 20 employees who built this float, and it has 350 lights attached to it.
Biscuits and gravy, now that sounds great.
You know, the employees thought of the idea, and they built it in the parking lot of Bob Evans, which I'm sure was not an easy task.
And the roar you hear coming up, that's a stock car, the H. Dayton stock car from Martins Ferry. It's being driven by Harold Dayton Sr. He's been racing for 18 years. It's a 1993 Chevrolet with 200 lights on it. He is a member of the race team 98, Harold Dayton. Sponsored by Budweiser and several others in this year's parade.
Quite a powerful engine to that. Now we're seeing the Wheeling Middle School band. This is the cheerleaders in front, and then the band is following. Mrs. Sandra Coram is band director of the 55-member band, and they have been in the parade for at least 5 years now. Joining the band are close to, as I mentioned, 12 cheerleaders. They received a rating of excellence in last year's WVSSAC Band Festival. We want to congratulate them for that. And they are dressed in gold and blue.
Kind of makes you want to dance, doesn't it? Following is the Fox Run Hospital float. This float has over 1,000 lights. It was constructed by Fox Run employees and a new business here called the Wheeling Light Connection. Took over 2 weeks to build, and 10 workers built it. And on it you will see a spinning 3D star.
That's really nice.
Very, very unusual. I tell you, if you haven't been to Wheeling to see the lights, it's something else.
They're passing out some little balls here. They threw one out to us. Here we're seeing Dance Dimensions from Wheeling and Moundsville. They have about 600 students, and 95 are participating in tonight's parade. They're ages 8 through 18. These students have won numerous awards, including a gold medal finalist at the Young Americans Dance Festival in Hollywood, California. Quite talented.
There could be more than 95 in this, I think.
I think you're right. They're dancing to Electronic Kingdom.
Congratulations to the winner of the Ohio County Commissions Award, Wheeling Park VICA.
The Vocational Industrial Clubs of America from Wheeling Park, and the float's titled Training for the Future. This float has over 2,000 lights, animated light motion with smokes, and 24 students spent 370 hours putting this together. Isn't that beautiful?
You know, sometimes I think we forget how long it takes to put these floats together, how much time and hard work it really takes. This is the Shady Side Tiger Band from Shady Side, Ohio. And 88 members are in this band with 6 majorettes. They're wearing hats that are lit with flashlights. They were purchased 25 years ago, they tell us, and they're now obsolete. The band has won numerous awards under director Raymond Ponzo, including first place in field show and grand champion at the Williamsburg Festival in 1991.
I think they're going to play.
I wish they would.
You know, Brenda, you've got to have some antique cars to make a parade. These are from the Northern Panhandle Region Antique Automobile Club of America. Their current president is Jim Bowery. He is driving a 1937 Ford. They include a 1959 Bonneville convertible that cost about $12,000 just to restore. There's a 1926 Dodge in there and a couple of 1929 Ford models, including a Model A.
Would you like to own one of those?
Absolutely.
Oh, my.
Certainly collector's items.
Yes, they are.
And I tell you, these owners are extremely proud of these vehicles.
And, well, they should be. And I thought I kept my car shiny.
That's right. Just makes you want to run out and wax yours tomorrow, doesn't it? Some of the drivers are Roe Maxwell, Paul Robrecht, George and Dorothy Schaefer, Roy and Betty Schaefer, and Dave and Elsie Wise.
Well, hats off to them. Following these cars, the John Marshall High School Band, and you are getting a sneak peek of them right now. Look who's in front of them, Sylvester and Tweety.
Now, that's your line.
I thought I saw a putty cat. I don't think I did that as well as they do.
I wore my Tweety tie tonight, Brenda, just in honor of these.
I've never seen a Tweety tie until you wore yours. And this is the John Marshall High School Band. As promised, they've been participating in the parade ever since it originated. They have consistently won superior ratings in different competitions. And Ron Rose and Dave Dayton are the band directors. Boy, they had a good year in football, didn't they, Dick?
Yes, the Monarchs had a tremendous season this year and led the state's ratings almost the entire year. This is the Limestone Grade School and Community Float coming up, Brenda, and it's titled Christmas in the Country. The float is sponsored by the United National Bank of Moundsville, and this float has 6,000 lights on it and a very unique staircase, and you'll see it in just a second here. Seems like we're adding more lights each float. By the time we get to the end, there'll probably be about 3 million on the lights, I would guess, you know.
Probably is not an exaggeration. But that is a nice float. It really is.
You know, it's really fantastic, too. What is happening now in our valley, there are now 3 other communities doing lighted night parades instead of the traditional afternoon parade. And as you can see some of these floats, you can understand why.
Now, most of these floats are being judged. Is that not right, Dick? There
Yes.
are 3 judges that are looking these all over. And how do they pick a winner?
Well, each judge votes on them independently. They look at 4 different criteria. They look at animation, use of lighting, craftsmanship, uniqueness, staying with the theme of the parade, which is Christmas in America this year. All the judges come in from out of town. We have this year John Chapman, who is the president of the Charleston, West Virginia Chamber of Commerce. We have Mr. Ed Flowers, who is an institutional advancement director for West Virginia University and used to be a former bankruptcy judge. And we had Gene Emery from Emery Fine Arts in Findlay, Ohio. So all the judges come from out of town, and we think it keeps it very impartial.
It does. It really does. But I would think that their job is so tough because I know just the ones I've seen here so far, they've all been very beautiful.
That's right. Each float can get up to 40 points, so any float in the parade, the max number of points that they can get is 120 points.
Well, now we're looking at the Laughlin Chapel Girls Club. It's a dance school, and their theme is Jamming with Friends in America. They're decked out in white sweatshirts, red turtlenecks, white headbands, and black leggings, and they look pretty warm this evening. There are 59 girls in the parade, and their ages are 4 through 19. Their supervisors are Deborah and Patty Miller. You know, the girls have also participated in the Wheeling Festival, the Elks Tournament, cheering squad, and danced at the charity basketball game. Let's listen in a bit.
We're going to be dancing before this is over, I'll tell you.
They've got moves I couldn't do.
And here is one of the newest businesses in the area, the Cinderella Carriage Company of Valley Road. They have these beautiful Belgian horses. They're pulling a carriage that is escorted with about 300 lights. And on it we have the Beauty and the Beast. You know, we got a lot of beasts running around here tonight.
What is it with
this
the
Halloween
beast?
or what? I don't know.
We're on the wrong holiday, aren't we? This is the Warwood Middle School Band. Joan Dayton is band director. There are over 75 members, and of course you can see their colors, Kelly green and white. The band performed in Toronto, Canada in May of 1990 and have been given straight superior ratings at the Region's 5 Band Festival for the past 4 years. Quite an honor for them.
You know, it must be a thrill for all these youngsters to be in this parade when you have such a fine institution as the Mountaineer Marching Band leading the parade.
That is correct.
Coming behind them is our good friends at Lamar Advertising, Bob Fessler and all his crew out there. And basically, we're thanking all the sponsors for the City of Lights celebration. Of course, Lamar was one of our major sponsors for our kickoff party, along with C&P Telephone Company and the Wheeling Civic Center here earlier in the month. And we're giving tonight a tribute to everybody who financially supports this particular event.
It takes so many people to make this event a reality. And all of the sponsors have been so good again this year.
And I tell you, we didn't have that financial support between us and also what goes on up at Ogilvy. Both of us are very dependent on those contributions.
These are Ogilvy characters we're seeing, and I know this is Woody Woodchuck and Sancho the Donkey. Sancho the Donkey, there's Woody Woodchuck right there waving. Sancho the Donkey is kind of on the side. We haven't gotten a good glimpse of him yet. Of course, from the good zoo at Ogilvy Park.
Woody was in my backyard the other night. This is the Central Catholic High School Band, Wheeling Central, under the direction of Anthony Peakey. They've been in the parade for 4 years. They have 18 members and 6 in the flag corps. They recently got new uniforms. They won second place at the Marietta Bandorama. And today, of course, they played East Bank in a second-round sectional game, and we want to say hello to Danny Edge and a bunch of them, Booty and Kurt and a whole bunch of them down at Wheeling Central for participating in this event. Right behind it is the Mustang Band from St. Michael's Parish.
And I think we're going to take a short break, and we're going to come back with so much more, so stay right where you are.
You know, the right way for me to get good quality gasoline and motor oil is simple. Good and simple with one little card. It makes doing business with the folks at Citgo a whole lot easier, and I like that. I can use it to buy everything at over 11,000 Citgos nationwide. So every time I want to fill up with a quality gasoline, I go to Citgo with one little card.
Carson Petroleum, your local Citgo distributor for over 50 years.
The Wheeling Area Chamber of Commerce is one of the area's most vital organizations. A positive voice in economic development, it strives to promote new business, to train the next generation of community leadership, to express the needs of business to government leaders, and to improve the quality of life in the region by many efforts, such as expansion of tourism. The Wheeling Area Chamber of Commerce, a part of the community's heartbeat. Be a part of it.
Some folks think cable cars capture the real flavor of San Francisco. But for me, it's a great taste of sourdough bread. The secret behind that Hardee's Frisco burger everyone's raving about.
And now there's a new way to enjoy that great sourdough taste. Hardee's Frisco Club. Delicious turkey, tender ham, Swiss cheese, tomatoes, and sizzling bacon on grilled sourdough bread. The new Hardee's Frisco Club and Hardee's Frisco burger.
The real flavor of San Francisco without having to catch a cable car.
Are you ready for some real food?
Hardee's. At Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel, we are working together for our community. Help us support the United Way. Thanks to you, it's working for all of us.
We're coming back, and we are with the St. Michael's Parish School. Are they cute?
The 30 members of this group, they're also under the direction of Mr. Peakey. And of course, they're following the Wheeling Central Maroon Knights.
The Wheeling Central Band continues to grow each year. You were telling me what the Festival of Lights means to the city of Wheeling.
Well, you know, Brenda, a number of years back, the winter months were kind of dull around this area, very dull. In fact, there was not a whole lot of activity. And Elby began the lighting show back in 1985. We picked up with the Chamber of Commerce in '86 and brought it kind of downtown into the rest of the community. What it has done economically for us is just outstanding. We have seen retail sales go up tremendously. Today in the city of Wheeling, in the fourth quarter of the year, they do about $90 million more in retail sales than what they used to do. The hotel occupancy around here is outstanding. It's going from 16% to nearly 72%. And we're just seeing entrepreneurs starting out. There's a half dozen businesses here now that put up their own lighting displays. We have several in the parade tonight. There's just so much activity going on with the light show. And, you know, when you combine that, you've got now the new hockey team, the Wheeling Thunderbirds. You have Jamboree. They have artists coming up like Kenny Rogers and the Oak Ridge Boys coming up in the next couple of weeks. The Victorian Wheeling Tours, the Valley Voyager, the Dog
There's
Track,
so much
Ogilvy.
to do.
Oh,
There really
fantastic.
is a lot to do here in the city of Wheeling. What we are looking at is the Eagle 107.5 van.
And I think they had a little accident out there, Brenda.
This bird is something. I thought for a moment that he had fallen off the truck, but he is just playing around with the kids, and they're having a great time.
I think he was in my backyard, too.
He was in your... Boy, you have a lot of action in your backyard.
We do.
Great radio station, and they're a lot of fun. This is the Pleasant Grove United Methodist Church float. This is titled Christmas Eve in America. Now, the church committee came up with the idea that church members helped to build out at the Bonnie Lane Nursery. This one has 1,500 lights, and it took about 100 hours to build. And this is their 5th year in the parade. This scene depicts a traditional candlelight service on Christmas Eve, honoring the birth of Christ.
Following up is the Martins Ferry Junior High School Band, of course, from Martins Ferry, Ohio. 55 members. The band is made up of 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And they're known as the Little Riders. Do you know why?
No, I do not know why.
Because they wear white cowboy hats.
You told me why. Now we all know why. I'd like to hear them play, but I don't know if we're going to get to. Before about how many people come to see this lighting show. I believe it is one of the largest, if not the largest, holiday lighting show in the United States. Am I correct?
That's correct. Last year we had over 3,700 tour buses came in to see the show in Wheeling, and over 1 million visitors. In fact, it's such an exciting show that the American Bus Association, the ABA, which is kind of the granddaddy of all the bus tour associations, made this show and Ogilvy's show one of the top 22 international events last December. And we're up there with such things as the Rose Bowl and the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. In fact, Wheeling and Holland, Michigan, with the Tulip Festival, are the 2 smallest cities that have that recognition.
We all have reason to be proud. We really do.
Congratulations to the City of Lights Award winner. Grand Prize champion is Hardee's.
Oh, this is a great float coming up next. This is Hardee's float with our Grand Marshall Jodie Sweetin. Jodie plays, as we mentioned before, Stephanie Tanner on the CBS comedy Full House, and she's visiting Wheeling courtesy of Hardee's. They were gracious enough to bring her to us. Jodie is known for her bright personality and made her debut on TV in 1987. And there's our own TV7's own Denise Whitaker and D.K. Wright.
And there, of course, is Jodie. Stephanie Tanner.
The float is beautiful. It's a stern wheeler.
And once again, Hardee's has been a tremendous supporter with John Herkenrather and all the good people there. Constant support to help make the City of Lights such a success.
We do appreciate it.
This is Dottie's Studio
Dance. Right.
They're from Warwood. They've been in operation for 10 years. They have 100 students enrolled at the present time, and 25 of them are in the parade tonight. They range in age from 7 to 12, and have been the state champion baton twirlers and state champion dance and twirl units.
And if I would kick my leg that high, I would be out of commission for about 2 months.
Right.
They do a nice job.
I watch those exercise videos all the time. They really get you excited. Huh?
Oh, and look who we have here. One of my favorites, the pirate parrot.
I recognize him.
Is he in your backyard
Yes,
too?
yes. You know, he was voted as the most ornery bird in the international parrot competition this past year.
He always gives the children at any parade or in any crowd a good time.
Don't let him see us, because he'll be up here.
He will. I remember one year he came and put his whole mouth over the entire camera. A lot of fun. We're seeing now the Salvation Army church float, which will be coming up. First, the kids are in front of it, and it is titled Christmas Around America, an International Tradition. There it is, coming up. There are 500 lights covering this float. It was built by the youth and elders of the church. They have a giant world made out of a balloon and kite string. Then they burst the balloon, and in it left the string intact. All of the children are wearing costumes of international tradition, as you can see. That's really different. I like that.
The Salvation Army, of course, does so much good for the entire country, and we'll be manning the kettles throughout the holidays here in Wheeling and other places around the region.
Right, so if you can help them out, they would certainly appreciate it.
And I think we have a jet just landed in the middle of Main Street here.
I think we do too.
This is a scale model replica of the F-16 Fighting Falcon, U.S. Air Force jet. It's being piloted by Staff Sergeant Paul Rupert. And of course, following that is a 1989 Chevy van that serves as a billboard for the Air Force, and it also transports the jet.
Are you afraid to fly?
I don't, if we had a good run down the street tonight, we might get it airborne. Maybe he'll do this. We'll just keep the camera on him. We'll see what happens.
It's a unique aircraft.
Wouldn't you like to come to work like that every day?
Boy, that would be fun. I jumped out of an airplane not too many years ago. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I heard about that.
That was a thrill of a lifetime.
One of the hospitals told me about that. Yes.
No, it was safe. I enjoyed myself. Next up, the Bridgeport High School Band is coming your way. And the band director is Alan Dober, with field commanders Camille Matusik and Aaron Weekly. They have participated in every year in the parade. Great sound. Let's listen.
Following the band is the Marshall County Animal Rescue League float. With 1,000 lights on the float, it makes its debut this year in our Fantasy Lights Parade. The float was built in Moundsville. And they say the old man who lived in a shoe had so many pets, he didn't know what to do.
So?
Spay or neuter.
Oh, that's wonderful. I don't know, Bob Barker would truly love that. I'm an animal lover and have 4 animals myself, and
right behind that is the Bishop Donahue High School Enterprises American Sleigh Ride. With approximately 300 lights, it was based on an idea of art teacher at Bishop Donahue, Kathy Karras. This, of course, is their first year in the parade, and they're all very excited to be here. It's quite obvious.
Yes, it is. The James Page Learning Center will be coming your way. I did a half-an-hour special there not too long ago, and just thoroughly enjoyed myself. They are doing such wonderful things for the kids. Computers and all of the games and arts and crafts they do there. And this, of course, is located in East Wheeling and is named after Jimmy Page, our tax secretary for the state of West Virginia. And the group of 15 to 20 children are in the van this evening, and their theme is decorated as a Christmas package, the James Page Learning Center. Their director is Keith Creighton, and he does a wonderful job there. So What do you think so far? You enjoying
I
yourself?
think it's fantastic.
I agree.
I could sit here for probably 3-4 more hours.
Everything is going very smooth, and the crowd seem to be enjoying it.
They sure do. This is the Burkhart Dance Studio from Bolero High. They have 300 students ranging in age from 7 to 18. And this past summer, they traveled to Buchanan, West Virginia to participate in another big event, the Strawberry Festival Parade, where they won first place Drill Team Award. Later this month, I understand, Brenda, they're also going to be participating in the Pittsburgh Holiday Parade.
That'll be a thrill.
And once again, beautiful, beautiful costumes. You know, throughout the City of Lights, Brenda, and up at Elby, there's over 100 giant displays. Some of those displays are well over 100 feet in length. They're just absolutely beautiful.
What we're seeing now, Dick, the Tin Lizzie Patrol. Mini 1910 model Fords driven by Shriner members from Weirton, West Virginia. These cars are even lit. They have 15 lights attached to them, each one. James Bennett is their president, and they have been in this parade for 4 years. Now, I wouldn't mind riding on one of those.
No, that would be a lot of fun.
You were talking about the displays, and there are new ones added each year, which makes it so exciting, and everyone wants to come and see it. It keeps it so new.
That's right. You know, this year, Elby, as an example, has put 4 new displays in, and I think the most unique display they have in the park is the train they have. They have a train of zoo animals, which is located most appropriately at the Good Zoo. And it's just a fantastic, it's animated, and the animals are going through different motions. And of course, downtown, we have a big theme, transportation theme, that we utilize for our displays. In fact, we have a train over on the old B&O building, which is all lit up and animated and smoke billowing out. And anybody has not seen the light displays in Wheeling during the holidays, they have missed a real treat.
Yes, they have. They really have. I also heard that one of the interesting displays is a fisherman that can cast his rod.
That's right.
I haven't been able to get up there yet to see it, but I heard that that one is really good.
That's right. You always hear the story about, you know, the one that got away and how big it was. Well, this was about, I think, about 15 feet.
That is the one
That's
that
big.
got
It's
away.
like a great white, you know.
You're looking at all the kids, and all they want to do is shake hands and get out there in the middle of the street just to see what's coming up next.
Congratulations to the Chamber of Commerce Chairman's Award winner. First place, Scott College of Cosmetology.
Is the Scott College of Cosmetology. It's their float, and you will see that coming up following the ladies, titled Holiday Beauty.
Right on their float, Brenda, they have 2,000 lights, and they put in about 40 man-hours to put this one together. And it was kind of unique because what they did, they came to a few parades and watched other floats, got some ideas, and went back and kind of custom-made their float, like most of these people do, from what they saw from other people were doing.
That's smart.
The float has a real working water fountain and a staircase on that, and of course, like all of our floats, covered in lights.
And they are really made up very nicely, every one of them. I couldn't think of a better idea than to watch all the other floats and get their ideas. This is a very nicely built.
You know, Brenda, I had the opportunity this past year to go to the Rose Bowl and go behind the scenes and see some of those activities. And they do 60 floats in the Rose Bowl. And I mean, it's just a tremendous parade. But when you see these floats, they're not quite maybe the Rose Bowl caliber, but there's a lot of time and effort put into them. And I think the people who are behind these can be very, very proud of what they have constructed, what they're putting out in front of this humongous crowd here tonight.
I agree with you, and like you said, now several other cities are starting to watch what the city of Wheeling has been doing, and now they have also taken off on that idea. And I think the communities will be thrilled to see that. We have up now the Weir High Varsity Band. And they're, of course, from Weirton, West Virginia. I believe they're in this parade almost every year.
That's right. And I think they're getting ready to play. bands, not only from, of course, Belmont, Marshall, and Ohio County, but from the surrounding area. And we have some bands coming as far away as 200 miles to be in this parade.
That's great. What do we have coming our way?
Well, this float is titled Cub Scouts Christmas, and it's presented by Cub Scout Pack number 13 from Warwood.
I think this has to be their favorite time of the year because I have never seen so many Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts participate in a parade before.
That's right. And they're all there in uniforms, most of them. And of course, I think the whole pack is on the float.
And I think you're right. This is the new light rock that will be coming up following the Boy Scouts, the Cub Scouts. The new light rock K97 FM. And there is their lighted limo. Have they arrived in style?
And they couple their personalities with, what do you call that, holiday caps on?
I think that's correct. Ever been in a limo?
Yes, I have, as a matter of fact.
Oh, one up on me.
Yes, I have. Next up is the Cairns Academy of Dance, and this group has come the furthest of anybody in the parade. They've come from Beckley, West Virginia, down in the southern part.
Welcome to them.
Absolutely. There are 30 students representing ages 12 to 19. They're dressed in some 50s wear. Now, I know you don't remember that, but I remember that very, very well. The poodle skirts, they have lit batons, and of course, this is their first year in the parade. They have placed first in Gatlinburg, Tennessee at the 4th of July parade and at Carowinds Dance Festival in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I do, too, remember the poodle skirts. I think my mother used to wear them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you a lot, Brenda.
Just teasing you. I'm not that young.
Hey, I'm going to be dancing for the night train. They don't mind.
Now we are seeing Kroger's float and our old friend Pepe the Penguin and all of his old friends.
Of course, they were the proud sponsors tonight of the Western University Pride of West Virginia Band. And of course, we say hello to Jerry Williams and all the great people who have been longtime supporters of our City of Lights here.
Jerry and Williams and Tom Smith, they do so much for this valley. They really do. And Pepe is usually with them.
That's right. I wish Pepe would catch a fish or something, you know?
Are there more
I think
penguins?
that's what he's looking for.
Is he the only penguin in this?
There may be more penguins.
There may be more to come.
This is the John Adams Junior High Band. They're from Charleston, my hometown. 105 marching strong. It's a nice parade with 13 members from their auxiliary. Their band director is Kevin Lilly. And Sharon Green and Rachel Lindsay are the drum majors. They served as the host band for the West Virginia Classic Marching Band Festival this past year. They won first place in awards in the Sternville Regatta Parade in Charleston in August. And this is their second year, and I believe their band director may be a native of Wheeling.
Oh, I didn't know that. You know, a parade is special when they come from that far away.
That's absolutely true.
We now have the Wheeling College of Hair Design float that will be entering your screen. Victorian Christmas in America is their theme. And riding this float are students from the school when they all are dressed in Victorian attire. The students are enrolled in either the barber or cosmetology program, either one of those, and they're taking part in the outdoor holiday traditions of caroling. 1,200 lights, I'm told, on this one.
Following that, Bob Bond Hardware. They're driving various Honda MCs and 4 1993 wheelers. And they're being ridden by Bob Bond and others from the Bob Bond Hardware who are there in this parade every year.
Yes, they are.
Some beautiful, beautiful pieces of machinery there. And I would say they have those quite festive tonight.
I think they do. Is that a requirement, Dick, to have most of the things lit? It is it not?
We put lights on anything that walks. or runs, and sometimes things that stand still.
Well, now I'm going to remember that for next year. I'm going to have you with lights all over you.
No, it is one of the requirements, of course, in the parade. We ask as many of the vehicles as possibly be covered in lights. And, of course, obviously, this is a light-themed event. And we have tremendous compliance. In fact, you even see some of the band's members in their tubas and some of their horn instruments and so forth, percussion instruments. They have battery packs, and they all cover up in lights as well.
It's amazing for this time of the year to see everyone in just sweaters and very light coats.
Right. And I'm very happy for that.
And I am as well.
You know, probably the second largest crowd we ever had, Brenda, was the very first year. And at 10 o'clock in the morning, it was snowing so hard, we were going to cancel the parade that night.
I remember you telling me that. We have the Ready It dance line. The school has been in operation for 42 years, Dick, and at the moment has 300 students enrolled. 40 are in this parade tonight, and their ages are 7 through 12. They've been in other local Christmas parades and have won numerous awards in dance competitions, and you can see why. And at Seven Springs, they've won first and second titles. Congratulations.
All of them are smiling. You figure they're walking about 16 blocks, and we're near the end of the parade route, so you would think they'd be a little tired, but they look like they could go another 16 blocks.
Yes, they do. We had a shot earlier up the street, and I was amazed not only by how many people, but as you said, it was a beautiful picture when we saw all of the snowflakes.
Is this Peter Rabbit or what here? I don't know.
That's the Energizer Bunny.
Oh.
Keeps going and going and going.
Soon he'll be gone.
Yes, he will. He is ahead of the Womp Boombox. This has 450 lights, and it's the new sound of Womp FM Energy 100.
Was Fred Gardini really in the Energizer Bunny?
I don't know, but Alan Pettit is throwing us a balloon. I bet Fred is in there.
Womp FM Energy 100. Hi, this is Frank Allen. We're bringing you the best new music version of Energy 100.
Well, this is something the kids are responding to, yet grabbing all of those balloons from the disc jockeys.
And this, of course, is the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Belmont County float, titled "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." The staff and Big Brothers and Sisters helped to build this float, and a lot of people on it, including Big Sister Mary Ellen and her daughter Megan, along with a lot of little brothers and sisters, Angie, Ricky, Jamie, Michael, and Bobby.
They do a nice job. We have them on every Friday, and we're proud.
Batman's coming and Catwoman.
Oh, a favorite of everyone.
Where's the penguin, Brenda?
I think we already saw one penguin. More to come.
Is that really Michael, you think?
There's the Martins Ferry, I doubt it, high school band. Band director is William Stevens with Stephanie Marcus and Micah Moreland as drum majors. There are 67 in this one and 16 in the Flag Corps. They've been in this parade for 5 years. And we will have so much more when we come back.
There's so much more to see. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Prince the Bear, and the Steel City Strutters. It's all coming up.
Snookums, get me a big, fresh breakfast.
Big and fresh.
No, I want the new Elbys Big Boy weekday breakfast bar, only $2.99. Scrambled eggs, fresh fruit, biscuits, bacon, pancakes, all I can eat, $2.99. Try, Snookums.
I'm trying.
Peach Fuzz, I want the Big Boy weekday breakfast bar for $2.99. Try harder. I want Big Boy.
Why didn't you say so?
To all our employees, their families, and the entire Ohio Valley, have a joyous holiday season and a happy and prosperous new year from Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel Corporation.
Some people want to complicate things that should be simple. Take gasoline. They talk about mysterious systems and complicated formulas. All I want is good quality gasoline. Citgo's gasoline is on Ford's good gas list and passes BMW's unlimited mileage tests. Now that tells me that Citgo has the high-quality gasoline my car needs. Pure and simple.
Carson Petroleum, your local Citgo distributor for over 50 years.
Some folks think cable cars capture the real flavor of San Francisco. But for me, It's a great taste of sourdough bread. The secret behind that Hardee's Frisco burger everyone's raving about.
And now there's a new way to enjoy that great sourdough taste. Hardee's Frisco Club. Delicious turkey, tender ham, Swiss cheese, tomatoes, and sizzling bacon on grilled sourdough bread. The new Hardee's Frisco Club and Hardee's Frisco burger.
The real flavor of San Francisco without having to catch a cable car.
Are you ready for some real food?
This is Woody the backwards car, and I know that everyone has heard quite a bit about this. It appears to go backwards if you're looking at it for the first time. This is a 1929 Woody Model A, and during election days, this one traveled 5,000 miles through 10 states. Bill McCullough is in it, and Mark Parrish, Olympic medal winners.
Last year we had the sideways truck, I think.
The sideways truck. Now we're going to be seeing the Hills Department Store floats.
And this is probably, Brenda, the longest float in the parade. It's a little in excess of 60 feet in length. It was built by the Wheeling Light Connection for a Hills Department Store. The front part is a holiday train with a bunch of characters coming around this float.
All different types. Oh, Miss Piggy and Spider-Man. I'm trying to remember back to my childhood days.
The front part is a holiday train and a locomotive with the American spirit.
That is very pretty.
Very pretty, and a tremendous amount of lights. Very unique how this is constructed. On the back of the caboose of this train is Miss West Virginia for 1992. Should be coming into view here in a minute. Vicki Myers, Miss West Virginia 1992. And on the very back, we have the house band for WWVA's 1170 staff band that performs every Saturday night.
They are good. And now we're seeing the Steel Valley Transit Trolley with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs riding. The project was coordinated by Security National Bank and their partner in education, Frank Blake from Philadelphia Middle School. My stepson is one of those dwarfs.
Is that right?
Maybe Dopey.
Dopey and Guppy and... This is the Sistersville High School Band. This is kind of a landmark parade night for them because this is their last year as Sistersville High School. Next year, of course, they will be consolidated with Tyler County High School. The 49 members, the band director is Rebecca Hamrick, and let's listen to them.
Very good. Are you into the Christmas mood yet?
Well, I'm getting there. Tonight's going to do a lot to rejuvenate me into that mode, and I'm sure when I leave here, I will be looking forward to the holidays.
I certainly am. Look at these beautiful, beautiful horses. The black Percherons, am I pronouncing that right? The hind pits, I know I'm pronouncing that right, and they are just gorgeous. The Wheeling Park Commission float bringing home the tree. The Heinz Pitch is owned by the Heinz Company, and it is a living reminder of the company's distinguished heritage. They are beautiful.
They are absolutely beautiful. And you know something I didn't realize? Of course, they've been in Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, inaugural parades in Washington. But back in the late 1800s, the Heinz Company had 150 teams of these beautiful matched horses.
Well, they are something to see. We have another character walking down the street, and I think that might be Snowbird. In fact, I'm sure it is. Oh, and I think that is the Wheeling Thunderbird. We were talking earlier about our hockey team, and we are certainly glad to have them here in Wheeling.
There's our hockey man.
And WTOV is with them.
And here comes a real crowd pleaser. This is the Wheeling Fire Department's house float, Safety at Christmas. Every year they are in our home show at the Civic Center every spring. They have 4,000 lights on this float. They use it for fire education for youngsters, and it's built by the Wheeling firefighters. And on this house, as you can see, there's smoke. There's a synthetic smoke machine, there's a sprinkler system, smoke detectors, and the whole works.
It is a great teaching tool. I know that the kids have told me before that once they've been in there, they have learned so much.
A tremendous, tremendous safety tool for all the youngsters throughout the valley.
Yes, it is.
Following them is the Cub Scout Pack number 78 float. And this particular float is sponsored by Anwar Cataract Center in Moundsville. The Scouts and the leaders built this float, and it's titled Children's Favorite Time. It consists of 2,000 lights, and it took about 120 hours to put this float together.
It's a nice one. The true meaning of the holidays.
That's certainly true. And we see the little angels.
Domino's Pizza is heading into our picture. "30 minutes or less."
You think they brought any for us?
I wish they had. Little Domino's on the float this year. That's cute.
Now, if they delivered in that, that would get your neighbors talking.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
This is the Steel City Strutters. They're also known as Michelle's Dance Studios. There are 45 students in the group. They range in age from 6 to 18. They have been in our parades here in Wheeling, both the night and the day, for 13 years. And they had some great duty last year. They performed on the SS Costa Riviera and also in Nassau in the Bahamas. Somebody had to do that, you know?
Oh, my. Wish it were me, huh?
Congratulations to the Chamber of Commerce Chairman's Award winner, second place, Ohio Valley Medical Center.
We're heading into the Ohio Valley Medical Center float. Their theme, Seasons Greetings America. This float was built by Custom Floats Unlimited in New Philadelphia, Ohio, and their driver is Joey Henderson. Beautifully lit, a bell and an eagle, and the Statue of Liberty. And of course, East Ohio Regional Hospital.
And of course, following them, St. Clairsville High School Band. Their second year in the parade under the direction of James Loreen. 56 members of this corps, plus 10 in the flag corps. And the head drum major is Amanda Bunn.
Listen to them for a few minutes.
Congratulations to the Chamber of Commerce Chairman's Award winner, third place, Colgate-Palmolive.
Following St. Clairsville, we have a first-time entry in the parade, the Calvary Methodist Youth Fellowship. Their float is titled America Comes Home for the Holidays.
And right before that was the Colgate-Palmolive Company, Dick. And now we are seeing the Calvary Methodist Youth Fellowship float.
I always get ahead of myself.
And that's quite all right. America comes home, as you said, for the holidays. 1,500 lights.
1,500 on that one.
So far, we have not missed a beat. Everything has been just as smooth as can be, and everyone seems to enjoy themselves. And if you can look way down the street,
you see Prince the Bear. Of course, he's sponsored by the Intelligencer and the Wheeling News Register. He is the mascot of both of those publications.
And what is he? Oh, he is a bear. I'm still back on Waffle trying to determine if he's a chipmunk or a squirrel.
Well, Waffle was out with him the other night. I did see that.
Huh, a relationship.
Maybe that solves part of the puzzle.
Maybe it does. This is Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Ohio, Marshall, and Wetzel counties. Their float, It's Christmas in America, Charlie Brown.
You know what's shocking? I heard today that Snoopy is 42 years of age.
Oh, my heavens, he's older than I am. That is hard to believe.
This is the Bridge Street Middle School Band under the direction of James Spencer. 80 members on the band, 8 in the flight corps. They have performed all over the place, Washington, D.C., Hershey Park, PA, Kings Island, and 10 times they have been in the Elbys Big Boy Classic here in Wheeling.
Pat Clutter's daughter going by right there. He told me to mention that.
Is that right? You know, Bridge Street, we have an award at the Chamber called the Proud of Wheeling Award, and Bridge Street Middle School was a recipient of one of the first awards.
Wonderful. The Elbys Grotto and their clown unit is in our picture. They're always a lot of fun. They always have a lot of fun with the kids.
They sure are, and they do so much in support of cerebral palsy and dentistry for the handicapped. I mean, their work with crippled children is legendary.
This is the Mary Alice Dance Studio from Steubenville and Toronto, Ohio. This is their second year in the parade. They have won lots of trophies in the Steubenville-Weirton area parade, and they were the 1992 Pittsburgh St. Patrick's Day Parade winners. Congratulations. They certainly look warm tonight with their earmuffs on and dancing through the streets.
You know, Brenda, all the entities around here on these lights, though, there's nearly $4 million have been invested in the light shows at Ogilvy and downtown and by private business. And that's quite a phenomenal figure.
Oh, it is. It is. I hadn't heard that before. Listen to some Christmas music.
How many grandparents do you think are watching this tonight?
Oh, I hope many. And they must be proud. We are now seeing down the street the Respect Food Market 1913 Sea Cab with 400 to 500 lights attached. And driving the truck is Mike Brooks, an employee at Respect.
Of course, Respect's not too long ago put their corporate offices here in downtown Wheeling. In fact, right up the street.
Nice move. We're happy for that. How many total units did we say were in the parade tonight? Was it about 100?
We have about 100, and we try to keep that figure every year because it takes about an hour and 15 or 20 minutes for that large number of groups to pass by. And, of course, being nighttime and being sometimes fighting the inclement weather, we don't want the parade to be too long. So
Right.
we do try to control it a little bit.
And of those 100 units, what was the breakdown again as far as floats and bands? And
We had about 37 floats tonight. We have 21 bands, 11 dancing schools, and a ton of characters in this.
including you and I.
Including you and I. And that's what a lot of people are saying right now.
I guess so. This is Herr RT's house float titled Christmas Train. It contains 1,500 lights, and it took 3 people 160 hours to build. Our hats off to them. Their last appearance in a parade was back in 1987.
Very, very different.
Yes, it is. Lots of Christmas presents wrapped on that train.
Coming into view is the St. John Central High School Band from Bel Air. Their band director is Andy Waller, and Deanne Bland is the drum major. 55 band members, 39 of them actually players, 7 in the flight corps, and 10 in the drill team.
I'm having a great time. I know you are too, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
Lots more coming up in the Fantasy and Lights Parade right after these messages.
Some folks think cable cars capture the real flavor of San Francisco. But for me, it's a great taste of sourdough bread. The secret behind that Hardee's Frisco burger everyone's raving about.
And now there's a new way to enjoy that great sourdough taste. Hardee's Frisco Club. Delicious turkey, tender ham, Swiss cheese, tomatoes, and sizzling bacon on grilled sourdough bread. The new Hardee's Frisco Club and Hardee's Frisco burger.
The real flavor of San Francisco without having to catch a cable car.
Are you ready for some real food? Hardee's.
When your company gives you a chance to choose your health coverage, pay attention. Don't just sign up at the same old HMO. They could start deducting money from your paycheck. If you go with HealthGuard, your family will have better value with pretty much the same doctors as the old plan. So don't make a mistake that'll cost you. Read the small print. Then, make the smart choice. Choose HealthGuard, the better value, the better HMO.
Warning, the following depicts graphic scenes that may not be suitable for all viewers.
The Big Boy Bakery, right in our restaurant. Take something wonderful home today.
At Wheeling Pittsburgh Steel, we are working together for our community. Help us support the United Way. Thanks to you, it's working for all of us.
We are back, and there is the Pittsburgh Penguin. He is getting quite a rousing welcome from the crowd. Of course, the Pittsburgh Penguins have won the Stanley Cup for 2 years, and I hope they're going for a third year.
And I think they will. They've got another great team with Mario and all the troops up there. But you know, when I heard about the Penguin, I was thinking about Batman.
Oh, he's dancing for us. He's performing for us. Oh, try that.
Better him than I.
They have, of course, the best record in it and the NHL right now, and we hope that continues. I would like to see the Parrot and the Penguin together.
Well, that would be a team, would it not?
This is the Glendale Antique Fire Truck from the Glendale VFD. It's a 1940 GMC with 1,500 lights attached. And in the vehicle are Monty Weaver, the fire chief, and Alan Kirby, a fireman.
And look at those lights. They always do a fantastic job in Glendale. And you know, all the volunteer fire departments throughout this region, what tremendous, tremendous service they provide to all the residents and businesses and throughout our outlying areas.
We certainly couldn't make it without them.
Congratulations to the winner of the City of Wheeling Mayor's Award, first place, Upper Ohio Valley Right to Life.
Coming up is a float entitled Snowmen's Happy Holiday, sponsored by the Upper Ohio Valley Right to Life Society. On this float are 1,400 lights, and the float was constructed in Wintersville and Steubenville. And of course, in the background, they're playing Winter Wonderland.
That's nice.
Very beautiful.
This is the Sherrard Junior High Band from Marshall County. They have 50 members in the band under the direction of Terry Bartnicki. They have achieved first place and excellent ratings in various parades and different band festivals. And they, if you notice, all have red earmuffs on and are dressed in red and white. And they all have lights on them.
Congratulations to the winner of the City of Wheeling Mayor's Award, second place, Marshall County Fair.
Coming into view is the Marshall County Fair float. And it's titled Christmas in America. 10,000 lights are on this float with a huge 8-foot wreath and animation. And riding the float is the Marshall County Fair Queen, Denise Crow, the Fair Junior King, Cody Burkhart, and Fair Junior Queen, Sally Jo Manor. And you know, one of the big players in Marshall County, Brenda, is Paul Gary of Gary and Wellman. And of course, Paul and his crew have been our workers here for the City of Lights for the history of we've been in business. And what a tremendous, tremendous asset they have been to us as a chamber and helping put on this light show.
I love the sleigh and the horses.
And the animation.
The Yankee Doodle Sweetheart Float, an old-time Christmas is coming into view. 600 to 800 lights are connected to this float. It consists of a gingerbread house with children in the house.
And of course, they are followed by the Yankee Doodle Sweethearts of West Virginia. And this group has 33 members. They have come to Wheeling tonight all the way from Grafton, West Virginia, down in the center part of the state. They have marched in the Orange Blossom Festival Parade at Fort Lauderdale, Florida in March of 1992, and their leader is Lenore Heinzman.
The Catholic Charities Float, Hometown Christmas. We have a live nativity scene on this float, the true meaning of Christmas. What's interesting is many of the items that they're using on this float were donated. They didn't use any of their ordinary finances. What they did was set up a special fund float fund, so that they could make this. And the center singers sing at different high-rises and nursing homes in the area. That's nice.
It sure is. And sometimes I think in the Christian faith, you know, we really get away from what the true meaning of Christmas really is. And tonight, it's floats like that that really bring home of what we're really getting ready to celebrate.
I agree. This has been just a perfect night. We've talked about it before, but it is, the parade is going wonderfully. The night is perfect. The crowd is huge.
Fantastic. That's all you can say. It's just kind of one word. This is from Wendy's. This is a 67 convertible Mustang. And it's decorated as Wendy's Magical Christmas House. The driver's Lori Cunningham, and of course, in the car is who but Wendy.
We're looking down the street to see the Union Local High School Band. 28 are in the band with 18 in the flag corps, which you're seeing right now. This is the third year in the parade. The group will be performing at the Norfolk Showcase of Music Festival on April 29th through May 2nd of 1993. Kevin Reed and Larry Compton are the band directors. Take a listen to them. That.
Sure did. And coming on the screen now is a stagecoach from Lowry Western Shop in Washington, Pennsylvania, sponsored by WWBA and Jamboree USA, 4 Belgian horses, and they are pulling a coach veranda that is covered with about 500 lights. The stagecoach is being driven by Bill Lowry and Bill Littman. And this stagecoach was part of the original Overland Express Company. It was made in 1843. I remember that year.
Congratulations to the winner of the City of Wheeling Mayor's Award, second place, Farm Home Advisory Council.
The Farm Home Advisory Council float, titled An American Winter Wonderland. The float consists of over 2,500 lights and was hand-quilted over 1,000 stitches. Council is a volunteer group that sponsors activities in Marshall County. And they, of course, help to educate and help area farmers and their families.
Of course, they're followed by the Philadelphia Middle School Band, 60-member plus. They've won top honors at the Cedar Point Band Festival in Williamsburg, Virginia, and at the Hershey Park Band Festival. We just had some people in here from Hershey just last week.
Well, we are listening to them now, and we're going to be right back, so stay with us.
Hi, this is Jody again. This parade is major fun. And guess who's coming around the corner? It's Santa Claus. Stay tuned, kids.
You are about to see graphic scenes from Big Boy that may not be suitable for all viewers.
The Big Boy Pie Collection, starting with our famous strawberry, all baked fresh right in our restaurant. Irresistible prices. Rich new French silk. Take a pie home for the holidays. Tempting new Heath Bar Crunch.
If you are experiencing dizziness or shortness of breath, report to Big Boy immediately.
Now bring home a pumpkin pie from Big Boy for just $3.99.
Some people want to complicate things that should be simple. Take gasoline. They talk about mysterious systems and complicated formulas. All I want is good quality gasoline. Citgo's gasoline is on Ford's good gas list and passes BMW's unlimited mileage test. Now that tells me that Citgo has the high quality gasoline my car needs. Pure and simple.
Carson Petroleum, your local Citgo distributor for over 50 years.
Some folks think cable cars capture the real flavor of San Francisco. But for me, it's a great taste of sourdough bread. The secret behind that Hardee's Frisco burger everyone's raving about.
And now there's a new way to enjoy that great sourdough taste. Hardee's Frisco Club. Delicious turkey, tender ham, Swiss cheese, tomatoes, and sizzling bacon on grilled sourdough bread. The new Hardee's Frisco Club and Hardee's Frisco Burger.
The real flavor of San Francisco without having to catch a cable car.
Are you ready for some real food?
Hardee's. Congratulations to the Chamber of Commerce Chairman's Award winner, second place, Wheeling Hospital.
I know what I'm waiting for, but up next is the Wheeling Hospital float titled Visions of Christmas Toyland. This is nice. Over 1,500 lights and has mechanical elves riding on it. Parts for this float came all the way from as far away as Brazil, and riding on the float are persons from different areas of the hospital. They always do a nice float as well.
They certainly do. In fact, they and the Ohio Valley Med Center last year were the Co-City Lights winners for the tops. Right behind them is the Music Hall Players with the Annie cast. They will be on December 17th and 18th. There's Annie.
Have you seen Annie? I have seen Annie.
Great. Where's the dog?
And it is.
There's Daddy Warbucks in there too, you know. And of course, they're also going to do I Do on December 4th. Of course, Music Hall Players, a nonprofit community theater group.
They are very, very good. Ohio Valley Miracle Workers float, celebration of miracles. Patients from the hospital riding on the float that has 500 lights.
Of course, this is the Wheeling Park High School Band under the direction of Pat Garrett, and of course, they're going to introduce a great celebrity, 163 members strong. Their field commanders, Bridget Jennings, and this year they're going to go to the Blockbuster Bowl in January on New Year's Day in Miami, and that should be a real treat for this group.
It should be. We are proud of them. Just a few minutes ago, there was one person I was waiting for. I don't know about you, but I can see him now. Santa Claus himself.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead, Brenda.
This is Stone and Thomas's float.
I'll tell you what, Brenda, on the 24th of December, he will have the youngsters soaring like eagles. You know that?
Yes, he will, and they are right now because they are thrilled and excited to see him. Hi, Santa. Merry Christmas.
And we want to say a thanks to Bill Jones and Margaret Zavasky and Margie Line and all the good people at Stone and Thomas, who every year brings Santa to town.
They do a great job. And I've had a terrific time tonight, Dick. I want to thank you for being here with me. And the parade was wonderful, and the crowd was wonderful, and the night was as well.
I had a great time with you, and I tell you what, to everybody, a great happy holiday.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays.
That's all for this year. I had a great time in Wheeling as Grand Marshal of the Fantasy and Lights Parade. Thanks for inviting me, and happy holidays from all of us at Full House.
Thank you for watching WTRF-TV's coverage of the Elbys Big Boy 1992 Fantasy and Lights Parade. This evening's program was brought to you in part by Elbys Big Boy Restaurants, a family tradition for over 36 years. America loves Big Boy. Hardee's, try our new Frisco Club sandwich. Carson Petroleum. The employees at Carson Petroleum wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday. Health Guard, the better HMO, the better value. WTRF-TV and its staff wish you a happy and safe holiday. Now we leave you with some of the wonderful sights around Wheeling.